Hello there, builderbrad here, welcome to another video, and today we're doing a speed build of a sort of house which is in construction. And yes, you did read the title correctly, and you did just see the text there saying this is a 0 simoleon costing house, and that's actually true, yeah. So what I began with was I had to design a house to begin with. So that's what I'm doing initially. And yeah, so I just went with this, I don't know, I didn't really go off any reference images. The thing I got inspired from is because I've just been watching quite a few renovation shows recently, because I love renovations and interior design as well as architecture. So I was watching people do up a abandoned mansion, and I quite enjoyed that series. It's still going. I'm sure you can find it if you search it up on YouTube. Anyway, point being, so I didn't want to do much for this, but started off with this sort of suburban, I guess, home. Well, I don't know, it's just a typical home. And then it ends up being because I floor plan it, obviously with no furniture, just with walls made out of debug items. So yeah, so the floor plan dictates that it's a 1 bedroom, 2 bathroom, big kitchen, and then a sort of what I would say is an open living space for the dining table as well. And I wanted to put a chimney on this, but I couldn't really think of a good way to make that with debug items. I tried, but ultimately you don't see it in the video. And yeah, we'll go with a balcony on the side, which is quite fancy. So it has an overhang, so that you have this front balcony. And yeah, and in this build, I want to mention this because I didn't really mention it in my last video, despite doing it the same sort of thing. So I used the tool mod again by Twisted Mixie, I think it is. And the reason I used it was just so I could put these debug planks, which are absolutely free from the debug items, so I could put them on a 45-degree angle, so I could do the roof. And yeah, so just this is sort of the base I'm going with for these walls. So what I do is I create one, and then I save it to my I save it to my library. I haven't uploaded the individual walls to the gallery. This build is up on the gallery, by the way. The origin ID is builderbrad64 if you want it. Again, like I said, 0 simoleon, so every sim can afford it. Unless you don't have money for a lot, which in that case I don't know what you're doing. Because you get money for free for getting a lot in the game, but yeah. Real estate's real cheap in The Sims, I tell you that one. I mean, sort of houses really, when you think about a starter home being 20,000 simoleons, which are meant to be which I would imagine would be dollars or something, that ends up being very cheap. A 1-bedroom house, I'm sure that'd be more 50 grand in real life, but I don't know. I don't know these things. Yeah, what was I saying? It was about debug and these walls and whatnot. Yeah, so the idea behind this, apart from me just being inspired from watching shows of mid-renovations, where you just see all the walls being put down to their wooden plank supports. So the way the reason why it's done like this is just for this insulating. It's easier that way, and obviously supports the walls and stuff. And yeah, it's a nice The Sims lends itself nicely to this sort of thing because it has a grid, which makes it easy to do consistent sized of these beams. I don't know what the actual measurement in real life is, I forgot on the top of my head, but I did learn it at some point. Because I am actually an architectural student, so one point we did actually do a session on like insulating, but I forgot the actual dimensions between each like wooden pole for support. But I think in the Sims it's 2 feet long, which I say is like each grid is 2 feet by 2 feet, I think, so not too bad I don't think, and it does look quite nice. I think if you did this on half a grid, like, not only would it like double the amount of time for sure, but it would probably look way too cluttered and way too chaotic. Like, this already kind of looks chaotic in itself, which I do like. I do appreciate a chaotic looking build, but I didn't want it, I don't know, I quite like the way it ends up being. But yeah, you see, going on with the 45-degree angled roof. And yeah, so now that I'm doing the commentary, I think I should mention this, right? If you're enjoying this content, just leave a like, maybe share it, maybe subscribe if you feel like it, because I don't know, close to 100 subscribers, and I would appreciate getting to there. And I swear to God, if there's more like robot comments in this comment section, I'm not going to be too pleased, because that's happening in like the last 3 videos or something. Like, I'm sure half of them have been like deleted by the people when I called them out, but yeah, like, I don't understand what people are doing. Like okay, so YouTube sort of it spams any comments which has like links in them, which makes plenty of sense, because like you shouldn't click on mysterious links, right? But I got the like notification on my steel beamed build, which is the build before this, and it was like someone commented, like a real person, I would think, commented like a shady link, right? And I'm like thinking, like, it's the sort of shady link in the like sexual sense, right? Yeah. And it's like, I'm just thinking, this is a Sims 4 speed build. What are you doing? Like, why does that have any relevance to what I was like constructing? Like, what are you trying to do? Like linking a porn website which probably has like 1 billion viruses, like. But luckily YouTube hides them links, and I don't think my subscribers are silly enough to fall for it. And yeah, so as you can see, yeah, got like half the sort of roof going on, so it's like gable and then another gable going in, so like the whole second floor is sort of like an attic space, if you could call it that. And I quite like it like that. But I always use like half gables and stuff to make them as neat as possible for like when you're in game. Like if I was doing a real build, when you're in game you don't see any roof clipping through like the rooms when you're in live mode. And the way that I like to play my game, which is a bit out of the ordinary, is I actually play with the walls fully up, because I put like a lot of wall like details, and when I like have them half up, saying like half the things kind of annoy me more than like I'd rather have everything up. And also that way I get to see like all the effort I put into like the walls. And yeah. Anyway, connecting these like 2 sort of pieces together here, which is a bit more challenging than I initially thought it would be. Well, like I didn't think this was gonna be easy. Like I kind of just like I kind of knew things were going to be possible thanks to the tool mod, and even if I didn't have that mod, I still could have done like a similar thing, like, I don't know, just a 1 floor, like 1 story house with no 2nd story yet or something. I don't know, like set it back even further in construction. Anyway, what else is there? Don't really know what else to say. Oh, I did want to mention, so in my builds now, I'm having like subtle background music, copyright free, of course, because like on a budget, I guess. But I think it's quite good in a sense. Like what I've chosen, like this sort of calming, more calming, sort of cooled down sort of music, toned down. Yeah, that's what I was meant to say. And I would want your feedback on it because I particularly like it. But you could just so no, we just want your voice because I know that people much prefer when I do a voiceover than just music. But if I have them both together, I don't know how people feel about that. But yeah, here's a tip that I like to do in my builds is I will just go in very rough with the terrain paint when I'm like painting around the house in the darkest dirt colour, and then I will use the eraser and then just trim it down. I find that easier than trying to go in with a small brush going across the whole like building. And please put dirt terrain around your foundations. I just think it makes the build look like way more like defined in a space. And obviously with this being just constructed, I'd imagine it'd be quite dirty. Like they've just put some like concrete slab down, which is, you wouldn't think it, but like the concrete flooring in this is like free, doesn't cost anything. Like, yeah, that's kind of interesting. I mean, roofs are free as well. It's kind of weird in The Sims, like what is classed as like free and what not. Like roofs entirely don't cost you anything, but a floor trim does. So it's kind of weird in that regard. But I'm not really complaining that much. I hardly play with any budgets ever. Anyway, this is the screenshots that I've just rambled on to. Anyway, this has been builderbrad. I hope you've enjoyed this. Social media links are down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!